guys, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and tap the bell for notifications so you get notified next time I go live. Hey guys, what's going on? Sunny here from Online Sales Funnel Academy, coming to you from my home office near Seattle, Washington. Hey guys, I thought we'd switch it up, do something fun, and today I'm going live from just in front of my house here in Seattle. It's such a beautiful day. I got some beautiful daisies back here, and maybe we'll even have a cat sighting if my cat comes over to help us. But today I wanted to talk about a really fun topic. As you may or may not know, I have a digital agency here in Seattle where I help small business owners and entrepreneurs get more leads and sales into their business. So a lot of times I'll be meeting with clients, and I'm noticing there's a lot of recurring themes that happen when I meet with a lot of small business owners. A lot of the same kinds of mistakes tend to get repeated and made. So today I've broken down a list of the 10 most common mistakes that small business owners and entrepreneurs make that I tend to see in their business. Okay, number 10, we're gonna go backwards. Number 10, I see that I got my notes, that a lot of times small business owners forget to or don't know to fill out their profiles on their social media sites, okay? So it's really important that you understand that each one of these social media platforms acts as a piece of real estate for you, okay? And often they've got links and descriptions and about sections. Facebook has like 2,000 characters to do an about section, and then there's an additional section below where it's like 5,500 characters. You can put links off to your other products. Like there's a lot of wasted real estate that small business owners tend to miss. So you really want to go through and make sure, especially over here on YouTube, that description down below on the videos, it holds links, hyperlinks. You can link off to special projects. You can write a description, do an about us. It's a great way to build real estate that can help you capture leads while you're sleeping. So you really want to make sure that they're all filled out. So especially on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And sometimes I see people on Instagram forget to put the link in their bio. And I'll just say this, a lot of times if you go to Instagram, it says URL, or it says, what is your website link? If you're brand new to digital marketing, that doesn't mean that you have to have a link to your website. That just means what link do you want to put in for the day that you want a bunch of traffic to go to. So that could be a link to a web page, etc. It doesn't always just have to be that. All right. Okay, that was number 10. Number 9 is not using hashtags where hashtags are appropriate, okay? So especially on Instagram. So a lot of people are used to Instagram by now, but a lot of people, it's really surprising, who are using Instagram to build social media still don't understand that you can have up to 30 hashtags per individual post, okay? And research shows that the maximum number of, the most optimal number of hashtags that you can use per post is between 9 and 12, okay? So what I recommend that clients do after doing some research on hashtags in your industry is making sure that you go into your phone and saving them on a little Word document inside your phone. And then when you decide to go live next time or drop a new hashtag, you copy certain ones or speak them into your phone right before you drop the post. That way you've got them all right there. You don't have to do the research or strain your brain every single time. And it's that way you'll remember what your hashtags are. Okay, so make sure, especially if the whole platform is based on hashtags, you want to make sure that if you're putting out one piece of content and it has the ability to go to 30 feeds, make sure that you're optimizing it, right? So somewhere between 9 and 12 is optimal. 30 would be recommended in a perfect world. Okay, number 8. Oh my gosh, this one's so funny. Not being social on social media. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, this is the top 10 mistakes small business owners and entrepreneurs tend to make from what I've seen. This is the top 10 things that they might get wrong a lot. So number 8 is not being social on social media. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of times, the small business owners that I tend to work with are afraid to go live, or they're not used to putting themselves out there and being social in a social way, and they don't understand that being social like this could help get leads and sales back to their business. Okay, so instead of being social, they just hide behind their posts. Okay, so I always say that I feel like social media, like your brand is a castle. Okay, your massive and growing email list around you is the moat that's going to protect the castle. So we always got to be putting emails into the moat. Okay, then what we want to do with your profiles, you want to build a bridge over to each kingdom, one over to Facebook, one over to Instagram, one over to LinkedIn, one over to YouTube, right? You want to build a bridge using content and value and going live like this, and let people get to know you so that you can build the know, like, and trust so they can make a purchase, right? Very few people, I'll say, are going to want to just see you go pitch, 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 pitch. Nobody wants that, right? Not even, I'm used to it. Not even I want that, right? Like, hey, like, you'll get my money, just share a little bit about yourself first, okay? So make sure you're not hiding behind your social media. Make sure that you've got a 3-to-1 or a 5-to-1 ratio of value, 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 offer, right? Gary Vaynerchuk calls it jab, 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 right hook. You're gonna have to figure out what the ratio is for you so that you can figure out like what's best for your brand. So in other words, a value post, a live stream, a value post, and then maybe, maybe it's like a quote, and then you have an offer at the end of the week. So of something like that. So just make sure it's not all value. Make sure not all just post. Make sure you're not hiding behind your brand. Okay, that was number 8. Excuse me, there's a lot of these. Okay, number 7 is 7 and 6 are brothers and sisters. They're yin and yang, okay? So number 7 is having too much content, okay? So what do I mean by that? Sometimes, and this has to do with hiding behind and not being social, right? Sometimes we can overcompensate as small business owners, and we can start just putting out a ton of content and be like, well, I need to do mini chat, I need to do Facebook, I need to do this, I need to do that. And we're going live all the time, and we're just like running in circles, and pretty soon we're not getting anything done, right? And pretty soon there's no money coming in, and all you're doing is tying up your schedule with going live and being here and being there. Now, there is a benefit to being in certain places at certain times. You want to be strategic about it for sure, but you want to make sure that it's not like, maximizing all your time and that you're not getting any sales back in, right? Because you got to be compensated for your time as a business owner or an entrepreneur. Okay, so just make sure that you've got room in there somewhere where you're actually making an offer. Okay, number 6 is the opposite, where you're not making enough content. All right, so this is where you're either just hiding behind the brand, you're putting up just the I'll put it up. Yeah, I have a Facebook, but I'm not going to run ads, and I'm not going to go be social. I'm not going to show my face. Well, if you're on the most social platform ever, let's say it's Facebook, where people expect to see your face and you never show your face, why should they do business with you? The business next door to you is showing their face, going live, being social. You're not giving people a reason to engage with you, and that's what people want, right? So those two go together: too much content and not enough content. Okay, again, this is number 5 is a sister to the first 2. No offers or products. Okay, so we want to make sure that you have to find a balance as an entrepreneur for your small or your small business. You got to find the balance between the offers, in other words, putting out a link so people can purchase, and the value that you're providing. Okay, so sometimes some small business owners, they come to me, they don't even put out offers ever, right? And or products. So you really want to make sure that you have something to sell, especially if you're going to be going live all the time or beating the pavement with your content, which is what we talked about in number 7. You have too much content. You want to make sure that you've got offers or products, or at least you got something up there somewhere. So if people do like you and decide to move forward with you, at least they can find you, get on one call with you, get in your world, give them the opportunity to come up over that bridge into your castle and your kingdom, so that they can get to know, like, and trust you. Okay, number 4, making it really hard for your future customers to get a hold of you. Okay, this is a big one. I see this one a lot when people set up their profiles. This happens in a couple different ways. Number 1 has to do with not filling out the profiles correctly. Another way this happens is when people don't put down their phone number, if you're a small business, if they don't put the link to their website, or they set up a messenger bot, and then the worst is that they set up an email system or a messenger system, and then they make it so that people are sending them questions, but then they never check it. Like, don't do that. People are trying to get a hold of you, and most people, if they're willing to get a hold of you or message you, that means they're this close to spending money with you, okay? That means they actually took the time to trust you. They probably know and like you already, and they're getting ready to make a purchase, and they just need a little nudge to push them across the line. So make sure that if you've set up all these systems, make sure you've got some sort of concentrated customer service, or at least a way to answer your folks in a live manner, or basically don't hide from them. Okay, make sure you talk to people, because your network is your net worth, right? And there you go. Okay, we've got 3 left, and this was really hard for me to put these in any particular order, but here goes, because they're all equally as important. Okay, number 3 is committing to a proven process to grow your social media. Okay, so often when entrepreneurs come to me and we do a discovery call, I find that there's a lot of anxiety. By the time they get to me, it's because they expected themselves to be in a certain place right now with their business, and they're not, or they thought it was just going to be a really shortcut, and they're like, well, I've done the work, and it's not the work necessarily that moves the needle. It's not paid ads, or it's not an organic strategy or a proven strategy, and they're kind of just throwing stuff everywhere. And it's like, okay, well, we need you to commit to an actual process. Okay, this can't be a one-hit wonder. Social media is not a one-day activity. Okay, you need to, as the entrepreneur and small business owner, we need to change how we think and how we see ourselves, and we need to be comfortable with the idea that every small business owner is a marketer. And I love that, because I identify as a marketer, and I'm okay with it, and I'm okay with asking people for money, and I think that's where a lot of hangups come, is where people, they don't want to commit to a process, and they're like, you mean I gotta do this, do this for a year? Well, let me tell you a really quick story. I started working with a small brand last year who was getting no sales at all, and they sell physical product. They were on Etsy, and they were not having hardly any sales before I met them. Okay, and I started working with them, and we started running some paid ads. We had a little bit of success. This time 1 year ago, this person was making they had their biggest month ever. Okay, because they didn't have a lot of money for ads. They would have to max out their credit card. We didn't want them to do that, so they had the opportunity to spend a little bit of money, and we started getting 1 sale a day. Okay, so we're putting $20 in, or $10 in, we started getting $50 sale back out. Okay, so $10 in, $50 out. So we kept doing that day after day after day, because we didn't have any other money. So we created money by putting the $20 in and getting the $50 back out. Okay, so, but that was the only money we had. The fluff in the middle was whatever we got back out, that became the ad spend for the next month. So we did that month after month after month, and we started in June of last year. And what we did is we created what we call the flywheel, where we caught momentum using Facebook ads and Instagram ads. There's a butterfly. We were able to put the $10 in. Pretty soon we were able to put $20 in, get $60 back out. Put $40 in, get $100 back out. Right? We kept doing that month after month after month after month, and you know what happened? Man, they're coming for me. Just kidding. We kept doing that month after month, okay? And we went from making like $1,200. Then the next month after that, it was like gross sales was $2,500. The month after that, it was $8,500. you guys, the month after that, it was almost $30,000. It was incredible. And ever since then, we're here. We're averaging $22,000 a month for that client, okay? So what I'm saying is commit to a process. Don't give up. If you're just starting out, make sure that you're tuned in, you're tapped in, you try different things that work for different kinds of businesses. Make sure you're exploring your options as a small business owner or entrepreneur. Don't give up, because the method, and I teach a proven method now, that it's one of our signature program. It's called the Ad Formula Blueprint. And if you're interested in that program, there's a link in the description down below where you can book a phone call with me and see if it is right for you. It's not right for every business that I work with, but for the right business, it's amazing. Okay. So be here in a year. Okay. This number 3 was commit to a process and be here in a year. Okay. Because it's incredible. We ran a stats this morning, and it's incredible where we are now that we're 1 year down the bunny trail. Okay. With no signs of stopping. The joke is that we're up and to the right, like on a bar graph. Okay. 2 things left. The top two common mistakes I see small business owners and entrepreneurs making. Got some iced tea. Is that they forget to check the links in their profiles. All right, so the only thing worse than not putting links in your profile is not checking them once they're there. Okay, so we want to make sure that your people can find you. So it sounds like you're trying and you're putting links in. You want to make sure that these clickable links go to where you want them to go. My number 1 thing I recommend is do not type it in from memory, okay? Now, about 4 years ago, they did away with www, okay? Just in general. So that actually doesn't really exist anymore. It's only HTTP and HTTPS://. So try not to type it from memory. Always go to the link that you're trying to send people to, copy it, and then paste that into where you want them to go to make sure they actually get there. All right, because nothing's worse than a broken link, and then your people can't buy from you, then you can't capture emails, so on and so on. Okay, number 1. Let me see if we're down to the very number 1 top problem or concern that I see small business owners, entrepreneurs make with their marketing on social media, and that is, drum roll, they're not collecting email addresses. Okay. They're not collecting email addresses. So this is the absolute core of everything I teach. Hey, there's a cat sighting. Here, hold on. Let's look at Oscar. Hey, Oscar. What's going on? What's going on over there? Oscar is a Norwegian. Come here. Come here, boobs. Come here. We just put antibiotic in his eye. He looks all goofy, but he's fine. Hey, Oscar. Come on. All right. The number 1 mistake I see entrepreneurs making in small businesses, because the large businesses know to do it. That's why the small businesses are the ones making the mistakes, okay? Is that they don't collect emails, okay? So there's 2 kinds of emails that you can collect. You can collect emails from your future customers, and then you also want to collect emails from people once they become your customer. All right, so you want to make sure, and a lot of people seem to be okay with that because you're probably using like Shopify or Wix or Squarespace, and it's capturing their email. But you want to also set up a system where you're capturing other people's emails in the very beginning before they're your customer, okay? So you want to put yourself in a position to create like an ebook or do a freebie, a giveaway in exchange for their email, something like that. It might take a little bit of work, or not if you outsource it, if you have a virtual assistant or someone on your team. Come up with a small ebook, like 5 ways to blank without blank. Ultimate benefit minus the major pain point. 5 ways to, create a healthier lifestyle without, involving your spouse or whatever it is specific to your brand. List out the 5 things, give some value, and then say, hey, download this free ebook. Ebooks still work like gangbusters, you guys. But you want to keep it. I feel like you should keep an ebook shorter, like no more than anywhere from like, it can be as short as 2 pages, all the way, even 1 page, all the way up to 20 pages. I typically don't go over 20 pages. If it's like a recipe guide, I keep it around 20. Anything more than that, you're going to want to charge for. but make sure that you're, getting people's emails before they get onto your list. And there's a couple of reasons for that, okay? So the first obvious reason is that we want you to have an email autoresponder such as Aweber or MailChimp or ConvertKit, so you can capture those people's emails. When you start doing business emails, you have to make sure that you use an autoresponder like Aweber or MailChimp, because you have to give them the opportunity to opt out. If they don't want to hear from you and unsubscribe, then that's their right, okay? And that's a Federal Trade Commission rule, so you don't want to mess with that. Don't try and be sending emails out on your Gmail, because Gmail and Hotmail and Yahoo, they're going to block your emails. They're on to us as small business owners who are trying to save $1. Don't do it. Just go sign up for Aweber, get first 30 or 60 days are free, and they're very reasonable, and it's super simple. It takes about 20 minutes to set up. There's 1,000 YouTube tutorials on how to do it. So make sure you have that in place. Okay, the second reason that we want to have the ability to capture people's emails is because we can use it in our marketing, you guys. We can take that list of emails from people, put it directly inside Facebook/Instagram into the ads, and then shoot an ad directly to the people on our list who just gave me their email. Okay, so not only is that amazing, we have one more. I call it the 1-2 punch. So the first punch is that we get to upload their emails directly into Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, okay, and put the ads right in front of them. The second thing that we're allowed to do, which is super powerful, is Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and Google. Google owns YouTube. They are collecting all of our data points, who we are, our demographic behavior, where we go, where we shop, who we visit, etc., okay? So with that information, they have all these data points. So if you upload a customer list or a list of people who are in your community, you can go create what they call a lookalike audience, and they will create like a 1 million person audience or so. It's called a lookalike audience, and you can go show your products and services to those people who are most like your existing customers. All right, Pinterest allows it too. Okay, so that's the main reason we want to be collecting emails, not just so we can send emails, which is very powerful too. You can send in weekly updates and, hey, this is for sale, and be sure to check my new video, check my blog, because the person who controls the narrative and controls, because we're building real estate on borrowed land, okay? You're building up your Facebook group or your Facebook page, which I do encourage, but I also recognize that Zuck could shut you down at any time, right? So you got to be building off-site on your own platform with your own email addresses, so you can control the narrative in case anything happens and your sites go down on you, okay? All right, you guys, those are my top 10 common mistakes I see small business owners and entrepreneurs making in their businesses. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if you've made any of these mistakes before. Let me know what you've done to correct them, and let me know if you have any questions. Also, I'd love to know where you're coming in from, what kind of business do you have, and what is it that's your primary thing that you sell? I would love to know that. I typically work with people who have, boy, that truck was loud. I typically work with people who sell physical products, but I also have service-based as well. But I would love to know what you guys have also. Okay, I'm going to check the chat really quick and see what we have going on, see if there's anybody saying anything in the chat. I'm just going to drop a hello, everybody. My computer is getting hot in the sun, so I'm going to be going here in just a minute. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. I'm going to be going live more often on my channel. And today is just the first kickoff. I'm going to be doing a 31 days in July kind of live stream. So stay tuned. Join me here tomorrow. I'm going to be going live again every day in July. Be sure to smash that subscribe button. Be sure to watch some of my other videos down below. I've got trainings on Facebook, Instagram, webinars, all things digital marketing. I'm here for you. Okay, Oscar, looks like we're going to be going. Oscar's sleeping over there. He says goodbye. All right, you guys, take care. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.